Am I the asshole for inviting my sons to dinner? My daughter recently turned 30. To celebrate, her and her boyfriend went away for the weekend. When they returned, she planned a dinner for the following week for family and friends. It was like a buffet type of dinner where everyone brought something and guests could take what they wanted, etc. My wife, her stepmother, was immediately excited as she loves to cook and planned to bring 2 courses, a main course and a dessert, both that she had cooked multiple times that our sons love. A few days later, my daughter told me she had to cancel the party. She had planned to throw it at her boyfriend's house. Wait, I'm so confused. My daughter had told me she had to cancel the party. She had planned to throw it at her boyfriend's new house, but new neighbors who had moved in next door, who were having lots of work done in the house, was too loud and there wasn't enough room in her flat. Okay, I understand. So I offered to host at our house. There's plenty of space, and we knew most of her friends and relatives already, so there was no one who were uncomfortable inviting into our home. She was unsure at first, but eventually agreed. Here's where I might be an asshole. My daughter has always said that the party was 18 plus. It was expected to go on for a few hours, and people were planning to drink. However, my wife and I do have 3 sons, 15, 12, and 18. We can't kick them out of the house for the night. My wife said that my daughter would know that by having the party here, her brothers would have to be invited, but apparently she did not, as even her own children and her boyfriend's daughter have been excluded from the guest list. Okay, I can see what's going on. Everything was fine at first when the guests arrived and dinner was served, and my wife called for my sons to join us in the dining table, and my daughter was visibly unhappy with this. She did not say anything. She seemed to be avoiding us for the rest of the night and left with her friends far earlier than she was going to, deciding to drink at a local bar instead. Oh yeah, if she left her own party first, she's mad. Her boyfriend decided to stay and help clean up, but did not say much. Okay, at first I assumed she didn't want to get drunk around her parents, but the following day she texted me expressing she was upset that I had ignored her wishes and invited her brothers. I'm confused. It seems like that you guys didn't, made an agreement. She said, yeah, they're not invited, and you're like, okay, they're not invited, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna invite them anyway because they're my kids. That would be a problem. But if she knew they were coming and you guys agreed on it, then it's her problem. Anyways, at first I assumed she didn't want to get drunk around her parents, but the following day she texted me expressing her upset that I ignored her wishes and invited her brothers. That the event was supposed to be adults only for a reason. It made a lot of her friends uncomfortable to have children around when they were drinking and relaxing. She said that when I was offered to host the event, she thought I knew what I was taking on. I will admit that my 15-year-old was rather annoying to her and some of her friends. Well, yeah, but I do not think that their presence ruined the entire evening. My question is just did she know they were coming or not? That's really all I wanted to know. I don't see why, with so much home-cooked food and my son in the house, my sons were expected not to eat any. And I do not see why her friends could not just relax and drink just because my sons were there. It's supposed to be an all-adult party, that's why. My wife insisted we did nothing wrong, that my daughter should have known the boys would be there since they lived there. Now I can see that this is that I'm not the asshole, and this is not what my daughter wanted for her birthday. Oh, why didn't you say that? There was nothing in the beginning that mentioned it was her birthday. It literally just said get together, and in the beginning it literally says that she planned something. Later the week she came back from her weekend getaway. I think that if you guys made a mutual agreement that no children was allowed, and you brought them anyways, you're an asshole. But if you guys agreed children can be there, then she's obviously the asshole. It doesn't really make any clear notice what happened exactly, but in the comment section, it's looking like she specifically said no children, and she was led by example that there would be no children by not inviting her own kids. So top comment says, "You're an asshole. She clearly expressed she didn't want kids. You and your wife ignored her feelings. You should not have offered if you knew you could not make the arrangement for your kids. The fact that the boys live there doesn't mean anything. Boys could have went to have a sleepover with their friends or something." Yeah, I get that. I think in the end of the day, all this boils down to assuming that you guys agreed no kids could go there and you just brought the kids anyways. I'm assuming this is more of a rather, you're kind of an asshole for just, ruining her birthday. But what do you guys think? Comment below.